Hello, everybody. Welcome to Table Talk here with Pastor Joe. I am Pastor Greg, and we are coming to you in person from Liberty Hill Church, and we appreciate you watching today. We've got a big Sunday coming up this Sunday.
We do. We're ready to reopen and have our facilities open to the public and hosting live in-person worship services once again.
Woohoo!
Now, we've been broadcasting live on Sunday mornings for these past 2 months, so it's going to be nice to have people worshiping in here with us again.
Definitely so. I am so excited to see you, whoever you
Oh my
is.
gosh.
We've been missing you. And
Yeah.
so I think of so many people as I think through the week, it's like, oh, I'd like to see that guy. I'd like to see that lady.
Yeah.
And this is the week.
Well, I think, no matter what anybody says, I think we've all realized that worship is essential, and worship with others is just as essential. And having that human contact is part of what it means to be fully alive. It's the human experience. And it's going to be good to be able to enjoy renewing our hope and our faith with one another again.
Yeah, definitely so. So we'll have our regular service times, 9 o'clock and then 10:30. And so just like normal, it'd be great.
Yeah, the service times are going to be normal, and we've got a few questions that we want to banter about and hopefully have you more thoroughly prepared for Sunday when it gets here. These are some common questions that we've had to deal with in staff and helping people know here's what to expect. So the first thing is both services that we've always had at 9 and 10:30 a.m., we'll be having those. They'll both last about an hour apiece.
All right, great. The 9 o'clock service will be online, broadcast like we've been doing for a lot of years, but especially during this quarantine time. So a lot of people have been watching that. So if people don't feel comfortable yet coming out in the crowd, we certainly invite you to continue to worship with us online. That's going to be a thing going forward that we just continue to do.
It absolutely. Since we started online services, we wanted that to be an extension of what we do every Sunday at Liberty Hill, and that's going to continue going forward. We just want to keep doing a better job at it. And if you're at a situation where you are in a higher risk of facing coronavirus or any other illness, or if you are at a risk of putting others at risk, maybe you're symptomatic of some other illness, then please, by all means, just continue to worship online for now, and we'll pray for you that you get better soon and that you can get back with us.
Exactly. So social distancing is going on. How are we going to work that out? Are we going to have enough seating and that kind of thing?
We will have enough seating. We're going to remove seating in our worship center, not all of it. We're going to remove about half of the seating in our worship center. Families will still be able to sit together. Families are not required to have social distancing protocols in place. We are going to have overflow seatings in the hub, the Hilltop Kids area, and in Classroom 300. All of those facilities, all of those rooms are large enough that you still will be able to worship together with family and friends, and it still should be a great worship experience and a chance for you to see familiar faces again.
Exactly. So we'll fill up as much in here as we can.
Yes.
And then begin to work into the other rooms.
And we have members of our hospitality team and volunteers that are going to be keeping tabs on the crowd level inside each room so that when you come into the facilities, you'll be able to have someone at the door to tell you, here's where we recommend seating. You can come check out the room. And if you don't feel comfortable in that room, you can move on to the next one. We will work with you in making sure that you feel comfortable, safe, and are in a good environment to be able to enjoy worship.
That's good. And we don't want to all gather up in one room. We want to kind of have a little social distancing with us just for the safety sake of it. Yeah. So the overflow seating, they're going to be watching a live stream in the other rooms, just like they'll be seeing live what's going on in here.
Yes, and that's at both services. So you'll just be an extension of what's in this room.
All right. So I guess you and I will be policing the social distancing to make sure people are staying far enough away from each other.
No, we will not be carrying around a yardstick or tape measure or any of that. And
can I get a badge?
No, you cannot get a badge. We'll get you a little orange hat. We will not be policing social distancing. That's not. We believe this, your health is your personal responsibility. First and foremost, wherever you go, whatever you do, you are responsible for you. We're doing our best to accommodate the governor's directives, but it's ultimately going to be up to you as to how close or how far away you are with someone. We just encourage you to be mindful of this, that We all have different takes on the social distancing protocols, and whether you're 5 feet from someone or 6 feet from someone, that's going to be on you and them. Some people are very cautious and concerned about the virus. Other people are on the opposite end of the spectrum and are not concerned. We anticipate having people from both groups and all in between being here Sunday.
Right.
So be mindful that we all may not view the practices the same way. So just be respectful of everybody else's need for space.
If someone wears a mask in here, are they going to be out of place, do you think?
They will not be out of place. If you are more comfortable wearing a mask, gloves, whatever personal protective gear that you believe in and you believe is necessary, please wear that. We want you to be comfortable. We want you to not be distracted by any concerns or anxious feelings. We want you to be able to enjoy the worship service. And if you're going to enjoy it more with your personal protective gear on, then please, by all means, wear it. I would anticipate that we'll have a sizable number of people that would do so.
Yeah, and that'll be just great.
Absolutely.
We encourage people, whatever makes them comfortable, to do that. Are we going to shake hands a lot? Well, how's that going to work?
We will have a no contact service, and that's across the board. That means that we're not going to have bulletins that we'll pass out. You'll have to use the app, the bulletin that's on the app. We won't be passing the offering bags. For the last several weeks, 2 months, we've been encouraging you that if you choose to give, and if this was your opportunity to give, to do so online, we're going to continue doing that. We'll not be passing the bag. If you want to give, you'll be able to give on the app or through the website. We will also have offering boxes, physical boxes stationed throughout the church, so that if you want to drop a check or a donation in there, you'll be able to safely do so. We also will not be having a meet and greet time, where you stand, where I typically would ask you to stand and say hello to someone, give them a hug or a handshake. We'll bypass that. If you give a hug or whatever on your own time, that's up to you. But we won't be doing that during the service.
Okay, very good. And this next question is huge for our church. Will there be coffee?
This is probably one of the most important questions that have been asked. And we're not savages.
Right.
Yes, we will have coffee.
Oh, that's good.
It will be pour your own, and it'll be available in our kitchen, both kitchen areas by the hub and by the worship center. And there is a hand washing station and hand sanitizers at both places.
Yes.
We'll have hand sanitizing stations throughout the church. So please, by all means, get your go juice and stay awake.
That's good. What about the kids? Will we have kids ministry this week?
This is probably going to be the biggest deal for most of us. There just isn't any way that right now we can have social distancing protocols in effect, take care of our families and take care of our kids, and have our awesome Hilltop Kids services in place. We just can't.
Right.
So for the next few weeks at least, we will not be offering any child care or any Hilltop Kids ministries. The nursery will be open. If you are a mom or dad and you need to take your little one there, it certainly is going to be open for you to use, but it'll not be staffed by any of our volunteers.
All right. What about life groups on Sunday morning or other times of the week?
There are some life groups that are beginning to meet. Individual life groups, you life group leaders are deciding when and where you're meeting. You're having contact with your group and asking them, what do you think about meeting? Are you ready? When would you like to meet? Right now, we're not having any life groups scheduled at that normal Sunday morning time where some of them meet, but we do anticipate that many of those will come back to full effect in the next few weeks.
Okay, very good. What about the rotating schedule of volunteers? A lot of volunteers, some of them may not feel comfortable coming right back to serve right now.
We have a small volunteer army that make Liberty Hill work, and most of them work in their ministry departments on a rotating schedule where they may serve for one Sunday, off another, or serve several Sundays in a row. And if you're on a rotating schedule to serve and you're not comfortable serving, or you would prefer a different time of serving, please respond back to that message that you get through your email or through your text message that this is not a good Sunday for you to serve, and we'll be happy to accommodate your wishes on that.
Right. I know for my team, and I know all the other ministry leaders feel this way. If you don't feel comfortable coming to worship at church right now, we are fine. Just let us know that you're not going to be here, and we'll make other accommodations.
Yeah, we get it. We're not questioning anybody's love of Jesus or love of the church. We understand that we're all trying to make the best decisions possible in a very confusing time. So
Right,
we get
exactly.
it. You do what you need to do, and what you believe God is at peace with you in your heart, and that's fine with us.
All right. So everything is changing with, it has been changing for 2 months now with the cancellations and all of this stuff. Back to church with the 2 services, no kids church this Sunday, and no life groups for Sunday mornings yet. When are we going to get to, or when are we planning that we would get to reopen full, everybody back in?
Yeah, that's the big word, planning.
Yeah.
The hope is that in the month of June, the governor's directives here in Missouri are going to change, and we'll be in a situation where we can go back to more normal services and continue offering life groups and full children's ministries programming. We hope to do that the first Sunday of June, but we recognize that is subject to change. When we first released our plans for a phased reopening, the 2 factors that we wanted to put in front of you to say that these are going to influence our decision would be, number one, any change from the governor of Missouri on what is essential, required, or necessary, or being asked of churches. And the second would be the number of COVID-19 cases in Stoddard County. Right now, as we're filming this, it's my understanding that there are 10 active cases in our county. Compared with our entire population as a whole, that means that in terms of active cases, we are right around 0.03%. So that means the overwhelming population of Stoddard County is not carriers, known to be carriers of the disease. Now, I want to be very clear about this. I have some friends who have COVID-19, and it is difficult on them. And this is not belittling their experience in any way, shape, or form. But it just means that for the rest of us, we have to try to find a way to move forward in life. We know that we all cannot live life hunkered down and letting others to go and sacrifice and go about their work so that we can avoid it. So we're trying to find our best way to navigate through uncharted waters. And we hope that if the cases in Stoddard County continue to remain low and the governor would change the directives, then we hope that in June we can go back to normal services with kids ministries. We've got a couple of bigger events planned. We hope that in June we're going to have a big celebration Sunday where we have a fish fry, we have our kids sing, and we're still looking forward to a Vacation Bible School beginning July the 6th.
Right.
We know that all of those things are fluid, but we're going to make plans so that we are prepared to move forward in the event we can't.
Right. So big things are coming up. This Sunday, I believe, is going to be a huge deal for those of us who, especially those who haven't been able to be here like you and I have.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big Sunday for them. And then in June, we hope to have just everybody back in full ministry. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
This Sunday, you're starting a new sermon series called Habits.
Yes. Yeah. Everything in life rises and falls on our habits, our repeated actions, our repeated ways of thinking. What we do today governs our tomorrow. So we're going to start a series talking about how to form habits, and then we're actually going to get into some habits that we need to add to our lives. So the next few weeks, hopefully, will be very productive and helpful in taking the truths of God and how to bring His strength and His truth into our lives in very practical ways.
Excellent. Very good. Well, anything else we need to share today?
I just hope y'all come see us. We miss you.
Yes, we do. So we look forward to seeing so many of you Sunday, both services, 9 and 10:30. Wear a mask, whatever that makes you feel comfortable. And so we'll just say, with that, we'll say see you soon.